I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me.
I really wish that I wasn't out of maple syrup, because apples and cinnamon just deserve maple syrup. And the silly thing is that every single time I have made a food shop order, hey Roxy, online, she wants to join me. Every time I chat, she's like, can I join you? Every time I have made a supermarket order recently, I've forgotten. And I went to the supermarket last night and I forgot. I haven't had maple syrup on my porridge for weeks, and it's autumn season and I really wish I had it right now. So my breakfast this morning is classic Maddie breakfast. It's oats with chia seed and cinnamon. I have this so regularly that I have the 3 containers for my breakfast out at all times. They're just next to the Aga, and that's the only food that is out in our kitchen. And then I topped it with some apples and pears. I got these delicious pears from M&S last night. If you don't like pears, then try different types of pears. I think these were Italian ones or something. M&S just seems to always have the nice fancy stuff. So it was on the way home, so I thought I'll try them because they are this season's kind of fruits. And I'm heading to a yoga class in an hour, and I'm really looking forward to it because I haven't done a yoga class in a really long time, and it's something that I wanted to start getting into. Can you hear Roxy snoring? That's so funny. It's something I wanted to start getting into post-honeymoon, post-wedding, because before that I was doing a lot of like gym, and I want to go to more classes, do some yoga, do the Peloton, go for wild swims. My friend's invited me to go climbing with her. I just want to do more sort of fun things and try different stuff out. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be very relaxing. And I'll share with you the rest of the food that I'm having today. I think that I'll have a protein shake after this because I really don't like protein oats. But here's to breakfast. Let me know in the comments what you're having for breakfast today. I've got myself a coffee and I'm heading to yoga in just a second. I keep on looking at the clock and hoping it's a little bit later than it is because it's 10 o'clock and it only takes 15 minutes to get there and it's at 10:30. So I'm gonna get there early, but does anyone else have this? But if you have an appointment, especially in the morning, the afternoon I feel like I can get on with stuff a little bit better, but if it's in the morning, I just twiddle my thumbs until the appointment or until I have to leave because I can't be productive. I have plenty of things I should be doing right now, but I find myself just thinking, I need to make sure I'm going to be there on time, and you sort of like work back in time. Like the whole of the walk this morning with Roxy, I was like, I need to make sure that I'm back in time. So I have this much time to make my breakfast, I have this much time to get dressed, I have this much. And I feel like I need to find a yoga class that is at like 7:30 in the morning so that it's the first thing that I do. But anyway, hopefully I'll come back feeling very zen and relaxed. I'm back from yoga feeling very, very zen. I did yin yoga and I was the only person there under the age of 70, which was fabulous because when I walk into a yoga class like that, I know it's going to be a bit more slower paced, a bit more mindful. I get a little bit nervous when I go into classes and there's lots of people my age because I think, oh my gosh, I'm not good at yoga, which I know is literally the opposite of the point of yoga. But that was beautiful, and she even sang, like she did, she used the sort of a sound bowl or a meditation bowl, and she also was like singing like ohms, and it just took me to another dimension. It was beautiful, and the yoga style was so relaxing, and I needed that. I honestly feel like when I came out, I've had a full body massage. It is just wonderful. So I'm definitely going back to that class because it's really close to me, which is good. Because it is quite difficult to find yoga classes that are still going and are close to me, because in Cornwall it's not like in London. You have to sort of drive there. There's a really cool one in Penryn, but that's just a little bit far to do every week. So that's only 15 minutes from me, so wonderful. Right now I'm making a protein shake, and then I'm gonna have a shower and get dressed. It's the Full Nutrition Super Blend protein. Let me know your favourite proteins down below, because I want to try a different one once this one runs out. I've got a few bags, so it'll be a while. But this has been my favourite so far, mainly because it has all of the vitamins that you need in it. So you're kind of sorted when it comes to supplements. And I definitely notice a huge change, I've said this before, in my nails, in my hair, since taking this. I think it's this anyway, because it's like getting enough protein and all the vitamins that I need, but who knows. Anyway, I'm gonna have my protein shake and then I'll make myself some soup for lunch. My arms are aching, you know. That's the thing in yoga, you don't realise when you're doing it, you actually are properly working out your muscles. Alex is making focaccia bread, so I'm not well, maybe. Will I be able to have it with my soup?
What kind of soup?
Well, I've got to make it, so.
I would say yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, you can have it when you bring Frankie back from the vet.
Yeah, or you could eat the whole thing.
Look at this beauty. Very excited for this. We're back, I'm dressed. I've put Alex's focaccia in the oven. And if you want the recipe, then we are going to be filming that for a video that's coming soon. But it's also not our recipe, because this is something that we learnt in a class. So I'll basically speak to Alex about how he maybe might adapt the recipe, and then I can share it with you. But today we're going to be having, what am I having? I basically planned this because I'm trying to plan my meals better so I don't have to think about it. So we're having spicy chickpea soup, and this is from my ebook, Plant Kitchen Comforts. And I thought I'd give you a discount code because I haven't in a while. And it's got lots of recipes in there. It's got mains, it's got desserts, it's got bread recipes, breakfasts, lots of yummy, yummy recipes. It's my favourite ebook I've ever written. And I'll give you a discount code. If you use the code AUTUMNSoup, then you'll get 10% off of the ebook. So you can go grab that if you're looking to learn how to cook more plant-based meals and cook things from scratch. It's very cozy and autumnal and lovely. So yeah, we're gonna cook this. I've got all my ingredients out on the island already. So basically we're just gonna be frying everything up in a pan and then adding spices and vegetable stock and leaving it all lumpy. If you don't like lumpy soups, then you could blend it and it would still be delicious, I'm sure. I haven't tried it, but I'm sure it would be nice. First, we're gonna add in our onion, our chili and garlic. So we've got 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic and 1 chili, and then just heating that with some olive oil until softened. Next, we'll add in our carrots and celery and a small bunch of coriander. Use the sticks if you can. Mine was all jumbled together, so I just mixed it all in. And then we're adding in a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of dried coriander, zesting and juicing a lemon, which really adds a lot of flavour to this soup. Fry this for a minute and then add in your vegetable stock and tinned tomatoes to make the broth. I absolutely love Mutti tinned tomatoes. I'm obsessed with them, they're so delicious. Bring this to a boil and then simmer until the carrots are softened. Then you can drain and add your chickpeas and the remainder of your coriander leaves. And all you need to do is simmer this for a few minutes and then season to taste, and serve up with a delicious crusty loaf of bread, or in my case, focaccia. And like I mentioned, you can use my autumn soup code to get a discount on my ebook Plant Kitchen Comforts with loads more recipes like this one. It looks like I'm about to have a banquet. But I just made this very adorable little table setting or tablescape the other day with some pumpkins. These are tiny little pumpkins or gourds that I got in M&S. I've got some candles in these little terracotta pots that usually live on the shelf. And then this is the dried foliage from our wedding that sat on the table. I dried it out when we came home, and I just put that on the table because I thought it just looked adorable for autumn. And every time I come downstairs, it's very cozy. This focaccia bread looks so good. Alex has done a really good job. This was a sort of test run because we're filming it for a video, like I said. Next time we'll obviously add toppings. So I want to add rosemary, maybe some tomatoes, that kind of thing. But it looks so good because it's all bouncy. I mean, I'm no focaccia expert, but I think this looks pretty darn delicious. It almost looks like a sponge. I think it's going to be absolutely boiling though, but like, look how that soaks up the soup. Like, what better addition to a soup? And this was ready very quickly. I don't know when Alex started making the focaccia, but I went out at 10:30 and I came back about 12. And I feel like it's nearly 1:30 now, but I was filming. So I think realistically it only takes like 2 or 3 hours to make this, maybe less, that you can do it in between whatever else you're doing that day, because you can just sort of make the mixture, let it prove, and then shape it and everything. So it's not something that necessarily has to take a long time. Alex used to make so much bread and then he stopped. So I encouraged him. I said, that used to be such a lovely hobby for you, so you need to get into it again. So yeah, this is his first go. Anyway, I need to eat this. Oh my gosh. That is so good. That is so good. He really does have a talent for making bread. I promise you we will do a bread video with Alex because I've been promising that for so long, since lockdown. I'm gonna make him do it. I'm gonna put it, maybe we should do it in Vlogmas. I'm gonna put it on our calendar for Vlogmas that we're gonna do a recipe video with bread. And Alex is gonna share his expertise. Anyway, let's try this soup. It is very hot still, so I really don't wanna burn my mouth. I absolutely love adding lemon zest to things because it just adds so much flavour. I feel so autumnal and wintry right now, like the fact that I could put on a turtleneck today and wear my burgundy corduroys and sit here with some soup and focaccia bread. Like, I just don't think there's a better season. Autumn is the best season. Second is spring, then winter, then summer. Oh, absolutely delightful. And like I said, if you don't love bitty soups, then you could blend it all, or you could take half out and blend half, or you could stop when you go to put the chickpeas in, don't put the chickpeas in yet, blend the soup and then add the chickpeas, so you've got kind of like a soup but just with chickpeas in there as well, because the texture of chickpeas is quite nice, and then it kind of has a bit of a curry feel. Lunch is finished and I'm off next door to do some work. I've got myself a nice big mug of Earl Grey tea and I'm gonna have a Trek bar. These are the protein flapjacks and this flavour is lemon. Really, really, really delicious protein bar. I think these ones, and I also love the ridiculous protein ones, the chocolate bars, because they're kind of like Mars bars. But I would also love to know your favourite vegan protein bars, like I mentioned about the protein powder, because I do pretty much have one every day with my tea in the afternoon or for pudding after dinner, just to get some additional protein. This is 9 grams and I find it really helps me to stay full throughout the day. If you are someone who's struggling as a vegan or vegetarian with staying full, you may be under eating on protein, and having things like a protein bar or a protein shake or adding a protein to your meals, like the soup has chickpeas. This evening we're going to have some noodles with tofu. It really does help with staying full, and that's something that I didn't really think about before, and I would get quite hungry in the afternoon. So yeah, gonna have this and get some work done. Alex just went shopping and I thought I'd very, very quickly, because I know I do go on, I'll very, very quickly show you what you got, because there was some fun things. Can you push them over for me? Because I can't be bothered to move the camera. So there's some...
This is for some videos.
Yeah, no, I know, but like it's interesting. The most interesting thing is he's got this Califia Farms pumpkin spice cold brew coffee with almond plant-based drink. That's a mouthful. But I said this morning I want to get some pumpkin spice syrup so that I can make my own pumpkin spice latte at home. I went to Starbucks the other day and had one. They also do a vegan pumpkin spiced cookie, which was so good. But I'm going to try this first. I love a cold brew, so that's going to be yum. He got a ginormous tub of hummus. Mm-hmm. How are you going to eat this? Come in the screen. We struggle to eat like a tub before it goes off.
And I planned on my lunches out.
Okay.
Look, isn't that the kind of the amount you want when you go out to eat?
Okay. He's got some of this. I guess this is to make a pumpkin spice latte. It's so cute.
I haven't bought that in so long.
But look, Cathedral City are now doing plant-based cheddar, and I have tried the slices and the grated, and it is so good. We may have a contender that goes against the Violife Epic Mature, because this is seriously delicious. And I just love the normalisation of it. The fact that this looks like a normal block of cheddar cheese, and Cathedral City was my favourite before I went vegan. It doesn't melt brilliantly, but we'll try it with the block, because sometimes that does make a difference. We've got some herbs because we're going to make focaccia again, and I want to put herbs on it. Alex loves these ramen, spicy ramen. Where'd you get these from? Tesco. So these are vegan. They've got a little vegan leaf if you're one for ramen noodles. I don't really love these kinds of things. We've got some puff pastry because we're making a tart tartan. And the rest of the things aren't that exciting. Oh yeah, we've got this smoky bean char-grilled Cajun mini fillets. If you're really craving like a barbecue style chicken that's vegan, this is phenomenal. Like it literally tastes like when you get leftovers after a barbecue the next day. He's topped up his garlic olive oil because we finished it. Some maple syrup, of course, I can have that tomorrow. And some microwave popcorn. This is dangerous. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Am I? That was a loud sneeze. And then we've got some jasmine rice.
I got that last interesting thing because...
Gravy granules, ketchup.
Not as good as the gravy you made yesterday.
I made homemade gravy yesterday because we ran out of gravy, and it made me realise, why am I ever using this gravy? We even said that, and then you went and bought some. Because gravy granules are nothing on normal gravy.
But you need some
homemade gravy.
You need some in the cupboard.
True. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work, and Alex is going to have some focaccia bread, I'm sure.
I just had some. I'm not sure I could eat anymore.
He had a Domino's. We have to contend with being...
Welcome back to my channel.
I want to try...
Oh, it does fall apart. It's like
the Cathedral City cheese is
feta.
seriously delicious. Yeah, it does fall apart a bit, but I think that's kind of...
Not sure about that.
No, it used to do that. Let's try a bit of the focaccia with... I know this is literally combining English food with Italian, But it is just bread and cheese at the end of the day. You want to try?
Sure. Even kind of smells like cake. How have I done that?
It's very spongy and lovely. I really rate this cheese.
Bread flour, why is it so spongy?
Because you make like cake out of flour, so I'm just so enamoured by this cheese. So this is my pre-dinner snack. Just finished a long work day, and now I'm continuing my work day by filming a recipe. I'm gonna make noodle soup for dinner, or ramen, that kind of vibe, but it's very much my own thing, just throwing everything together in the kitchen. So I'm gonna fry some tofu, I'm gonna make a broth, have some veg in there, and it's gonna be with some rice noodles, and it's gonna be delicious. To begin with, I'm adding in some delicious exotic wild mushrooms. There's some shiitake mushrooms, some oyster mushrooms, and I'm just gonna stir fry this with some dark soy sauce just to bring some flavour into the mushrooms. And then I added in my broth. So that broth mixture I showed you before, I think it was about 2 litres of water I used in the end. While that's cooking away, I'm gonna separately fry off my tofu. If you are someone who struggles making tofu crispy and golden, try frying it to begin with and then adding your sauces. So I added in dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, and sriracha. I always use these just to get some delicious, tasty, spicy tofu. Now your broth is all simmered and delicious, it's time to add in some vegetables. So today I added in some cabbage and cooked that for maybe about 15 minutes. And then right at the end, I added in pak choy and my noodles. We went for rice noodles today, but we very often cook udon noodles or soba noodles, and you want to cook these separately because the water will get a bit starchy. Bring this back to a boil and you're ready to serve with your delicious tofu on top. And finally top with spring onions, sesame seeds, and some extra chilli. It is truly pitch black in this kitchen. Dinner is served, and this was so easy. I really want to emphasize that this kind of dish, kind of like a lot of my foods I always talk about, you can make this exactly how you like. So use whatever noodles you have. The rice noodles I put into the broth, but if I was cooking udon noodles or soba noodles, I would cook those separately and then rinse them under the tap and then put them in the bowl and add the broth on top. You could have vegan chicken with it. If you're not vegan, you can have, you know, whatever you want with it. The mushrooms I feel like are key because they have so much flavour, and I really love mushrooms. But if you don't love mushrooms, you can leave them out. I find leafy veg like cabbage and pak choy work perfectly, but you could also do some broccoli maybe. Like broccoli florets especially, what's it called, tender stem broccoli, and make it your own because the options are endless. But I really need to get myself some like noodle bowls, like the deeper, bigger bowls, because these aren't ideal, they're kind of more for pasta. But let's try this broth. I really love cooking the tofu separately. I recommend you try that if you have time. If you don't, just chuck it in, but it is nice. Oh, I just love mushrooms so much. Absolutely perfect. I feel like I've got to eat some noodles. The most unflattering food to eat on the planet. I think this is probably up there as one of mine and Alex's favourite dinners, wouldn't you agree?
I would.
We have it so often, don't we?
Yeah.
And I always try and make it a bit different. Like,
You're good at preparing this.
well, mixing it up with like different noodles or different veg.
But if I got that in a restaurant and I'd paid £15 or something, I'd be very pleased.
Oh.
Did you get them out for me? Did you get them out for me?
What?
Chopsticks? Oh. Tanks.
So I might see you for pudding, though I forgot to put lollies on the list. I'll have a yoghurt. I'll see you for pudding.
Nice lollies.
Good night, everyone. Alex was talking about what he forgot. I'm having... What? You were talking about what you forgot from the shopping list. Because in the background, the video clip started with you saying ice lollies.
Alex is talking about what he forgot. Great.
I'm having a yoghurt. I don't know what flavour this is. Peach and nectarine? Pear and nectarine. Peaches and nectarines are basically the same. Or pear and peach. Yeah.
Yes.
Looks delicious. Alex is having a caramel chocolate log slice.
I made it after the focaccia earlier.
No, he didn't. It's been in the freezer for about a year, since Christmas. And I had a moan at him that there were loads of things from Christmas that he hadn't eaten yet. So now he's working his way through the log.
We're getting in the Christmas spirit.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's What I Eat in a Day. I will link my ebook with the discount code down below for you. And I will also... What else will I link? I'll link if I have any similar recipes to what I've shared in today's video. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.
I'll link my Yule log recipe down below as well.
You are a troll.